All right, let's get back to the phones, and we will pick up the conversation on this Monday with Mike joining us from California. What's up, Mike?
Eddie, great to talk to you. You know, I'm glad that you brought this political thing up, because nothing makes my blood boil more than when a rock star tells me that I'm a fucking idiot because I think a certain way. And, you know, it just, there's no room for it. When Tommy Lee can hang his dick out on stage and then go post on social media that I'm an idiot because I vote for a certain candidate, that's just not called for. I mean, you go see Pearl Jam nowadays, and Eddie Vedder stops the show in the middle of the fucking show, sips on some fine Merlot, and tells us that, well, Donald Trump's evil for fucking 15 minutes. You know, I just want to hear black. I don't want to hear you tell me. Seriously, I don't want to hear.
No,
you
I just like your passion, Mike. I'm laughing at your passion. I get where you're going. I totally get it.
And real quick, Eddie, this whole Skid Row thing, Snake and Rachel, wake the fuck up. You know, you got this revolving door of lead singers. Bring back Sebastian. I really do believe, looking at this situation, that they're afraid Sebastian's going to upstage him or something, that it becomes his band. Bring him back. Do the right fucking thing. Sebastian is Skid Row. Stop it. Just bring him back. Everybody wants to see it but them. Wake the fuck up. And Eddie, I don't know how the hell you do it sometimes listening to these callers call in. It just baffles my goddamn mind sometimes when these guys call in. I don't know how you keep your sanity sometimes. Steven Tampa, go fuck yourself, Steven Tampa. Half the time you call in, I don't even know what the fuck
whoa. All right, Mike, whoa. I'm gonna let you go. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Mike was fired up. I'm not going to let Mike attack other callers, though. We can't do that. I just want to hear black, for Christ's sakes. I did not intend for... again, the Twitter poll is where I want to keep that. So you can vote on Twitter. I'll give you final results by the end of the show, because the poll will end soon. But I put up a poll over the weekend, if you didn't tune in earlier, just asking you how you feel about artists being very politically charged one way or the other, if it impacts you being a fan of theirs. And about 50% of over 8,000 people last check that voted said, yes, it does impact them and they don't want it. Clearly, Mike doesn't want it. He worked Tommy Lee's dick into that rant, everything. Wow. Here's Steve in Tampa joining us. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good. How are you? Hopefully, I felt the same way about fireworks. Fuck them. I hope you had a good holiday. First thing, and thank you for taking my call, there's a really good PBS documentary called Disco Sound of a Revolution that is pretty much on demand. If you go to your PBS, hit select, you can find it down the way. And it's really cool. It talks about how disco was developed out of the, the clubs and everything underground. Anyway, so...
I'll look for that.
Yeah, it's a 3-parter. They just reran last week. So I got a reply somewhat politely to another Trunk Nation guy. I don't think you've ever had that, but I find myself in good company with Eddie Vedder and Skid Row, but not my bank account. But I was called out by Mr. Mike and Callie. Told me to go fuck myself. And he said, I don't know what that guy Steven Tampa is saying. Well, Mike, I'm thinking, I racked my brain. Maybe Mike didn't get my little joke where I said, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame issued a memo where, rock and roll was a euphemism in the black community years ago. So it's now anyone that's ever had sex, euphemism for sex, I should say, in the black community before Alan Freed got the term rock and roll. So I'm thinking, what's Mike mad about? Maybe he didn't know the word euphemism because he said he can't figure out what I'm saying. But
I
anyway,
don't know.
I don't want to get
Steve, I just cut the guy off. I mean, I remember that guy was raging about a lot of stuff, but yeah, I told him I was not going to have the listeners fight with each other over the air about you or anybody else. So that's why I let that go when it went. I don't even remember what he said completely, but
yeah, believe me. Well, believe me, because I was racking my brain, but I thought he was going to say, Ed, you're too polite. You know, that which I said to you when you first came, the only time you came to Tampa, you're like, your parents raised you well, Ed. You're so polite. You tolerate these people that give you 20 things. But if I can say, Mike, I'm sorry. I couldn't go fuck myself. I was busy with your sister and your wife, and they have
whoa. Now I'm dropping Steve. Jesus God. Holy shit. I had to drop Steve. I don't even remember the other guy's name, but apparently it was Mike. We had to cut Mike off. And now we had to drop Steve from going off. Must be the heat. Every part of the country is roasting right now. Everybody must be fatigued. I am not going to allow the wonderful Trunk Nation listeners, regardless of how they feel about anything, fight amongst themselves on these airwaves.